Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is a little bit of a different video than what I usually do. Usually we have the vlog, fast paced, but today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite topics, and that is skin. I love the topic of skin and skincare, face, anything of that nature. I am a huge talker yapper about because I really struggled with acne so much from middle school all the way up until I was like last year. Yeah, so I had a really long journey. I think now is the first time in my life that I've ever had clear skin consistently, manageably, and kind of like set. Like I don't have terrible breakouts anymore. Sometimes I do, but nothing like I used to before. So today I'm going to be talking to you guys about how I got to this point, because I definitely think that if I didn't take certain steps, I would not be here today. So yeah, I'm gonna break down this video into multiple parts. So I'm gonna be telling you guys about key factors, my personal journey, and my personal go-to routines. I want to do a quick disclaimer. I am not licensed in anything. I went to YouTube University, as you all are doing right now. I just did research myself, and this is about what worked for me. Everyone's skin is different, and that leads me into my first topic. Factors. So when we're talking about acne and about your skin, there are several things that go into it and that can affect your skin. So the first thing is definitely going to be hormones. Keep this in mind. Pay attention to, for ladies specifically, your period. If you have a painful period, if you have noticeable changes in your body during your period, that could mean you're having a hormonal imbalance, your hormones are changing. Something that can really help with this are vitamins. Taking hormonal vitamins are so important. I saw a major difference to my hormones and to my hormonal acne when I started taking vitamins. These are the vitamins that I took. They were great. I got them at Marshall's for a really good price. I know that if you buy them not at Marshall's, they're a little bit more. So it's also kind of hard to find them for an affordable price, but I'm sure there are other vitamins out there that are just as fantastic. These are just the ones that I immediately saw a difference, not only in my acne, but in my cramps. Huge difference. Also, side note for cramps, a really good thing to look into is your pads. Make sure that you're using all natural pads, not just the top layer. Make sure the entire pad is natural. I use Honey Pot. That is my preferred brand, and that also made a tremendous difference in my cramps. I could possibly have affected my acne too, but I didn't connect it, so we're not going to use that for this video, but that's just a little add-on. So the number 2 most important factor is your routine. If you do not have a routine, you are not going to clear your acne. I did not listen to this for some reason when I was like, oh my gosh, why do I have acne in middle school? And I had no routine. You have to have a routine, morning and night. You have to have a morning and night routine in order to have clear skin. That is a non-negotiable. Next one that ties into routine is consistency. You need to be consistently doing your routine every single night, every single morning. Don't miss. I did not do this. When I started doing this, I saw a major difference in my skin. That you have to do this. Also have consistency with your products. When you have good products, stick to them. Don't always changing up your products. You don't know how your skin is going to react, and your skin is never going to be able to get used to anything. The only time that I would recommend switching up products are your toners, and making sure that those toners are number 1 all natural. We're going to talk about ingredients next for glowing toners. So going into that, all natural. It's really important. Just a really clean ingredient face routine, you want to make sure your soaps have clean ingredients, your moisturizers, you want to make sure everything has clean ingredients. Some people's face can take it. Some people's face can take it and they're fine. Some people's face can't. Let's not risk it. Most likely, if you're breaking out, if you're watching this video and you're having to do research on how to clear your skin cannot take it. I'm breaking that news to you. Be conscious about what you're putting on your face. Sometimes that results in spending a little bit more money on your products and it sucks. But that's why it's more, unfortunately, it's really annoying, but there are ways to get them for like an alternative price. Again, check Marshall's, TJ Maxx. Those are great places to go to get a discount on really great skincare brands at a reduced price. The next factor that's really important is your diet and your liquids. So I'm mentioning these both at the same time. So let's talk about diet first. If you're not eating if you're eating trash every day, it's gonna be harder to clear your acne. It's still possible, but it's gonna be harder. You don't want to be eating fries, burgers. Listen, I'm talking to myself right now because this was really hard for me to let go. Letting go fast food was really hard for me. I still haven't done it 100%. I literally have a burger on the way right now, but you're gonna have to fight it more. Like, you're gonna have to make some type of sacrifice. You cannot eat fast food and burgers all the time and get a soda. Like, there's gonna have to be some type of balance. So I personally only drink water. Like, I never really drink juice or soda. The only time I drink juice is if it's healthy. I would also strongly recommend prioritizing drinking ginger shots and celery juice. These two are going to have a major effect on your skin and your body in general. Celery juice and lemon ginger juice are going to be great. Clearing out your system in general is going to be great. Like, starting off your morning with an apple cider vinegar shot is a great idea. Constantly cleaning out your system. Your outsides are a reflection of your inside. So if you're not cleaning out your system and you're eating like crap, that's like double the whammy. You're gonna see it on your skin. Like, it's hard to say like, oh, like, stop eating like crap. So you need to do something to battle that, or eat clean and do that as well. That's just what I'm saying. I did a celery juice cleanse. That's not all that I was eating or drinking, but I did a celery juice cleanse. And basically I drank like 32 ounces of celery juice every day for 3 weeks. And I did pressed. Best decision of my life. It cleared me up so much internally and my skin was glowing after. So that's how much I knew, like, this is something that's really good. So now every now and then I just make sure to take a ginger shot randomly, ginger tea randomly, clean out that system. Do not drink soda if you want to clear your skin. You should not be drinking soda. You should not be drinking juice. I'm so sorry to break it to you. Put it down. When I heard that in videos of people saying like you need to drink water, I never did it because I just was like, don't tell me what to do. And here I am telling you what to do. But I naturally stopped craving juice and soda, and I definitely saw a difference in my skin when I started doing that. Now that I've talked a little bit about the different factors that can play into going into your skin, I'm going to talk about my personal journey and what I use to clear up my skin in different states. Something that I had to realize is that there is not going to be one single routine that takes you from your absolute worst skin to your absolute best skin. As your skin changes, you upgrade your routine to fit your newer needs. I'm going to talk a little bit about my journey. I didn't always take pictures of my skin. However, I looked online to match, what my skin looked like as close as possible. Like, exactly how it looked, how much there was, the placement, everything. I want it to be as close as possible so you guys know if your skin is similar. So first off, my skin is combination. It can get very oily and it can also get very dry depending on the product that I use. Okay, so my acne started off as this, very intense on the sides of my forehead. It was terrible. I was in middle school. It was definitely a hormonal acne. It came in, not all of it was even poppable. That has always been the thing about my acne. It wouldn't be poppable acne. Sometimes it would be, but a majority of the time it would just be bumps that were really painful. So that was really hard to battle. I eventually went to the dermatologist and they prescribed me this. I think it's Epidural. This helped a lot. It definitely did. It really did help. It cleared up my skin a lot because it was very intense breakouts for a long time. It was okay. Then in high school, it started to come back. I think stress definitely played a part in that. And then also, again, you're still having hormonal changes. I don't know why I didn't go to the dermatologist again to get the same product, but I didn't think of that anyways, so so I kind of just dealt with it. I didn't have a set routine and I would just wear makeup every day to cover it. Finally, my senior year, I just realized how bad my acne was, and I was like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. I want clear skin. And the first step to doing that is figuring out your skin. Now for me, I didn't really know what I was getting myself into, so I decided to go somewhere where they could figure my skin out for me. So I went with Curology. Curology was definitely a good decision. The thing about Curology, it was really good for my skin, but like I said, one routine isn't gonna completely change the course of like how your skin looks, but it definitely cleared me up. However, I was still left with tiny bumps all over my skin. So I didn't have that like clear, dewy, like glass skin look. It wasn't like all the way there. So once I realized that, you know, my skin got to a certain point that I was much more confident with, I decided I was gonna stop paying that prescription per month because it was a lot. Like no one was paying for this for me. I worked and I paid for this for myself. So it wasn't something that was feasible for me to continue to do. So I looked on YouTube to figure out what is a good skincare routine. And I cannot find the girl who made this video. I've looked all over on YouTube. I cannot find her. If you guys know who I'm talking about, tag her below. But I followed her exact skincare routine, word for word, bar for bar. And that was this. Plus the Neutrogena toner. She mentioned it, she just didn't have it in her description box. So I used that word for word, bar for bar, and it continued to get my skin better, and I felt like it was at a better price. And yeah, so I basically stuck to that for a long time. And eventually that became like just a little bit too expensive for me. So I would just go to like simpler things. I got really comfortable with the fact that my skin reached a certain point. So I became inconsistent with the products that I used because I was being cheap. Do not do this. Learn from my mistakes. Stay consistent. However, it was good that I did this because I did ultimately find what products worked best for me, and I was still getting those really small bumps. Like that still didn't go away. So I still wasn't 100% happy with my skin. So it definitely left some room for me to abandon my routine. So I did a lot of research about what could be wrong with my skin. Why do I have all of these small little bumps? I researched it a lot and I found out it was fungal acne, or at least that's what I diagnosed myself with. So I found out it was fungal acne and I was like, how can I get rid of this? Went online, went on TikTok, found out the best thing to do was to use an ingredient that's an anti-dandruff shampoo. So I found the ingredient and I ordered a soap bar that had it in it, which is this. Star wants to say hi. Say hi. Say hi to everyone. So I ordered this bar and I would use it as a mask maybe once a week, and that worked wonders. That definitely got rid of the small little bumps. I would also use the Roche Posay spot treatment. I used these together at the same time, which I don't think was the best idea because it definitely did dry out my skin a lot, but it did get rid of all of those small bumps. I know 100% that's what did it. The spot treatment also got rid of like a lot of those bumps because this was my skin at that point. This is when I was like, no, I gotta get rid of it like immediately. This is where my skin was right before I started using the anti-dandruff, antifungal medication. Like, I was like, okay, it's time to get my skin in line. This was also when I started taking the vitamins, and this was last year, so this is a long journey. By now, once I started doing that, the small bumps on my face immediately started clearing up. Guys, it was not even funny. Immediately started clearing up. I saw a huge difference. I did this for a minute, and I know that I really, like, I wasn't wearing sunscreen. I know that I probably really damaged my skin barrier, so I would not recommend using the two products at the same time. Use it consciously. If you're gonna use the soap, only use that's strong enough. If you're gonna use the spot treatment, only use enough that's strong enough. Don't get greedy, use one. I recommend using the bar soap, but you have to be careful. Put it on as like a mask for like 30 seconds and then wash it off. Do not do too much, do it like once a week. You're good. I promise you, you're gonna see a difference. The most like twice a week, but kind of like spread it out. So yeah, that is what really helped my skin clear up though. So by now I'm realizing, okay, my skin doesn't have the small bumps anymore, but it doesn't have that glow to it. Now, around this time, you guys, remember, I have a habit of abandoning a routine and being cheap and just being like, okay, whatever. So that's what I do. And I go to Sephora because I'm gonna go out, and I'm like, let me get my birthday gift. I'm sure they have some type of primer. So the primer was the Glo Recipe. This is where my life changed. This is where my life changed. I used that and I was like, oh my gosh, this is the glow that I have been searching day and night for. Yes. And this is when I got into my good products bag. This is when I took my skin from dull to shiny, glowy glass skin. Like, this is definitely the difference that was made. This is a huge shout out to my mom because I was definitely breaking into her skincare closet. I have already admitted to her, but I'm sure she'll watch this video and be like, So at this time, I decided the best thing for me to do is to restore my skin barrier. And I realized that the Glo Recipe brand, I could instantly feel it was doing that. I paid attention to the niacinamide that was in it that made a huge difference. The hyaluronic acid as well in products made a huge difference. So these are some products that I started to use that I realized were really, really good for my skin and not just getting rid of pimples. This is where the skin products kind of enter a different tax bracket, unfortunately. I'm gonna break it down in each section. This is the cleanser. That is going to be the star of the show. And there was only one cleanser that I endorse and that I love and that I would use even if I was starting out, even though I mentioned, you know, your routine is going to constantly change. I think that this cleanser would work at any stage in your skincare. That's going to be the Josie Maran Pineapple Enzyme Cleanser along with the Oil Cleanser. These two products are amazing. I love them. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you're double cleansing. You start off with an oil cleanser, you go to a deep cleanser. The oil cleanser is going to take off your makeup and get in those whiteheads. It's gonna get rid of those whiteheads. It's gonna loosen up everything. It's really good for your face. I would also recommend gua shaing as you do your oil cleansing. Then you're gonna go on to your deep core cleansing. That is gonna be the Josie Maran Pineapple Enzyme Cleaner. I love them so much. This is my favorite cleanser ever. I've also used two types of the CeraVe cleansers. Don't even compare to this. This pineapple enzyme cleanser leaves your face still feeling moisturized. It's the best thing in the world. I love it. Yes, that is the only cleanser that I'm going to be endorsing. Essence and toners. So Peach and Lily Essence. This essence right here is wonderful for your skin. You're going to see an automatic glow. It's just, I think it just gives your skin so much nutrients. A good toner is essential to your skincare routine. Make sure you're using a toner that brings glow to your skin because it's like water. So whatever else you put on top, it's going to help it sink into your pores better if you're using a good toner. You're going to make sure you're using an exfoliating toner, as in a chemical exfoliant toner. I would recommend this one from The Ordinary. This is a great one. The Paulas Choice BHA is also a really good one. And this Neutrogena is also a great one. All of those are great for a chemical exfoliant toner. Would 100% recommend using one of those if you are struggling with acne. You need to use one in your routine, but don't just use that one. Then after that, you're gonna follow up with a nurturing, dewy toner. This one is my absolute favorite. It is amazing. The Peach and Lily Dew Drops. Fantastic. These will change your life. The essence is amazing. The Glo Recipe Watermelon Serum. This one is amazing. 10 out of 10 would recommend using it. Next are these serums. A good serum is also very, 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 very essential to a good skincare routine. Number one, and I'm sorry, vitamin C by SkinCeuticals, amazing. Immediately saw a difference to my skin. Absolutely. I would recommend getting this one. I used also the AHA one. Would not recommend using it. A little intense. It was a little intense for my skin. I don't know how other people's skin would react, but it's definitely not a product that you would use every day. I would say more so 2 times a week and eventually maybe build to every day, but I don't think every day would be like possible. Next is the Estée Lauder Night Repair Serum. Oh my gosh, yes, it is amazing. 10 out of 10, highly recommend. You're immediately gonna see a difference in your skin. It is so good for repairing your skin barrier. If you suspect that your skin barrier is damaged, use this. You will see a difference in your skin. It is 1000% worth the money, even though it is really expensive. I absolutely did break into, no, my mom gave me that one. I didn't steal this one. My mom gave me hers and I loved it. She didn't like it. I think it's because I needed it though. My skin barrier was extremely damaged from using those intense products all at once. So it definitely brought so much glow back to my face. The next one is definitely going to be, again, the Glo Recipe Watermelon Dew Drops. 10 out of 10. It's really good for your face, period. I've mixed it in my foundation and gotten fantastic results. I've put it on as a primer and gotten fantastic results, and I've used it as a serum and I've gotten fantastic results. If you want to put glow in your skin, I would recommend that. So now let's get into the moisturizers. Moisturizers for me were always really, really hard because I don't know, it seemed like such a big decision to make, like your moisturizer. So let me talk about the different moisturizers that I've used and my number one. So I started off with CeraVe. If you guys remember earlier in the video when I mentioned me using the exact same product list, CeraVe was in there for skin. I liked CeraVe. It was always just a little too thin for me, but it got the job done. For it to be so thin, it got the job done. However, I still think it was thin nonetheless. Do you know what I mean? The next one that I used was the Josie Maran Whipped Argan Oil. It was so good for my skin. My skin loved that. Expensive, so I couldn't get that consistently, but it is really, really good. My skin definitely enjoyed it. The next one would have to be the Roche Posay moisturizer. Okay, now, I like Roche Posay. I have to admit. I think that people rush to think that it's overrated, but I don't think that it is. I love them. I loved them when I used their spot treatment and it really worked. And that was the first time I ever spent a lot of money on a product, and it was the first time I ever genuinely thought, you know what, this is worth it. I started using their moisturizer 2 weeks ago, and I got it for my skin, not my face, my body skin because I have eczema and it was recommended. Now, as I was using it, I was loving the way my skin was feeling. So I was like, you know what, let me just use it on my face. Now, prior to using it, I had run out of my CeraVe. I saw something online about CeraVe that I wasn't happy with. So I was like, let me try something else. I bought Cetaphil, didn't like it. I only used it for a couple of days. That's why I'm not really including it in this video, but I just didn't like it. So I was like, you know what, let me try the Roche Posay. It jumped to the top of my list. It literally jumped to the top of my list. I'm always going to be using them now. I love, like, my skin is glowing. Love them. I love them. My skin is going to react immediately whether it likes something or not. It's gonna let me know. My skin likes the Roche Posay. That is definitely my #1 moisturizer. Surprisingly, Josie Maran would be number one because I love them. But La Roche Posay, like, is a beautiful price. It's a beautiful consistency and it gets the job done and it keeps me super moisturized. I love them. But that is my complete skincare journey and how I got from this to this. Just such a difference in my face. There's so many components that go into getting clear skin, and I think that, you know, we talk about it but we don't take it seriously, or we hear about it but we don't take it seriously. There are so many different precautions that you need to take in order to clear your skin. These are the products that I use to clear my skin, and I hope you all enjoyed. And let me know if you guys like this style of video, if you guys would like to see this more. I also have a wonderful journey with my eczema and a wonderful journey with essential oils as well. So let me know down below if you guys would like more of these videos. You guys, and I will see you next time.